Shemai GTA chums, the final vehicle in the agency DLC has been released. It's a Gallivant Baller ST. Yeah, it was free at Christmas, but it has actually been officially released now, between 600 and 900,000. Is it worth it? Well, it's one of the cheapest vehicles of this DLC, but it does not have Imani tech, as I will now demonstrate. I'm going to do a bit of a customization job on. Look at this, I've got 3 of these bloody things. Nightmare. And I'm gonna show you what you can do with it basically again. But let's do a Valentine's one, shall we? What kind of romance would get gathered by this kind of look, eh? I mean, we can all appreciate, like, if we're males, I think we can all appreciate that females like a really grunty fast car. So I think the plastic splitter, maybe that's cheap. No, I've got to go carbon. Got to go carbon. Sorry guys, it's going to cost you a bit more. Rear bumpers. I quite like the stock because it's got that cutout. So we're going to keep it stock. The painted, I'm not a fan of, but maybe I should use it just for the hell of it. Yeah, why not? To show the lady that we have spent money on this vehicle. All the engine upgrades have been done as well. I quite like these quad exhausts. So I'm not sure how we're going to improve on them too much, other than selecting what we've already selected before. So I'm going to keep them stock. I like the square ones, they're good. Single square, maybe? I don't know, I prefer them stock. No, actually, let's go square. Let's be a bit different. It might look good. Grill. Right, so you can put the intercooler in the grill. I don't know why you'd want to do that. This is a footballer's car, of course. If you're in the UK, you see these all the time with foolish footballers driving them and people who want to be footballers. The bonnet, the hood. We've got a few various ones here. I don't really like the black colour, but we might come back to it. This vented, this aggressive hood. I think females generally don't like aggression, so if you're doing a romantic build, we're not gonna go for that. We're gonna go for this nice kind of curved look, the stock basically. The main thing is going to be probably the livery or the colour. Ooh, alternate stripes, red down below. Oh, that could be quite useful actually. Panic. You definitely don't want one that has panic on because your lady friend won't get in the car, or gentleman friend even. I'd be scared of that. The red stripes. I mean, pretty good, but maybe a bit too aggressive, not romantic enough. Um, yeah, for camo, they don't like camo. That's not going to work. This is too childish. She's gonna think you're a little man child. Not going to take you seriously whatsoever. Union flag. It could go either way with this one. Um, if I mean, if it's somebody who's naive and thinks Great Britain is the empire and it's brilliant and everyone's posh and speaks an accent like this, then maybe. But oh, actually, that one looks good. The lack of coloured one. But no, we're not going to go for that. We are going to go for alternate stripes. I don't know if this is going to work. No, I've chosen that because I wanted to go for a kind of red colour, because red is the colour of romance, or pink. Plate. Oh dear, we've got limited choice here. Oh, COP26. If your chosen date is going to be an environmentalist, definitely worth choosing that. And maybe a black plate would go with that to look pretty cool. Respray, this is the important bit. So primary colour, we're going to go metallic, I think. No, we're not. No, we're not. Hold on, matte. Because now that looks good black. But now this is ideal if you're going to, you know, interrogate them and make them feel on edge and scare them. So this is if you've got a romantic date where you think your partner may have been unfaithful and you want to interrogate them. So we're not going to do that. We're going to do the proper romantic look. So I mean, grey isn't really romantic. Red is romantic, yeah. Orange a little bit. Too aggressive maybe. Um, Midnight Blue looks good, but we haven't got that unlocked. Again, what is it? We need to do a sea race. I'm never doing a sea race. No way. Green is too garish. Foliage green. But I think we're going to go with the grey. Light grey looks pretty good. So I think this is muted enough and it's got an accent. So it shows that you have got a bit of personality. Let's have a look. Trim colour. Now this is where we can really add the personality bit, because we don't just want to go grey. Now red has got, that is the colour of love, isn't it? Torino red maybe, it's got to be a red. We're just going to go red, I think. Let's have a look at the other colours just to see. green, no way. It's going to make you think that you're a bit weird if you go for green. Don't go for green. I mean, yeah, red has got a bit of colour. Crew emblem, definitely not. Secondary colour. I'm not sure about if we've done anything for the secondary colours. But I think that will be surprising then, because on the outside it looks a little bit muted. She might think you're a bit boring, then she'll get inside and go, wow, there's a lot more to this guy than I initially thought. So I think that is going to work nicely. Yeah, okay. Trim colour, we've done. Let's go. Roll cage, definitely don't have a roll cage. You don't want to drive that way. You got to drive nicely. Funnily enough, they don't like it when you drive fast and scary. What are these things? The vortex generators. I mean, they're kind of standard in cars these days, aren't they? But maybe we'll have two just to show that we're out of the ordinary, exceptional kind of guys with two vortex generators skirts. All right, do we need a street skirt? I don't think they're even bothered. I don't think women are bothered by skirts. So I wouldn't invest in that. I'd invest it in a bottle of champagne or something. I think we're going to need a spoiler to increase the traction, see? Oh, we've got a spoiler already. I don't remember putting that in. None. Okay, I'm not sure they're going to even notice the spoiler, really, so I'd probably leave it as a standard kind of spoiler. Oh, discreet wing is discreet. I quite like that, actually. They might like it as well. Sun strips. Now, this would be ideal if we could have one that says Gary and Samantha or something on it. So basically you and your date. But actually, it depends on what stage of relationship is in. If it's too early days, definitely not, because that'll freak them out completely. But give them the maximum amount of visibility so they can look out and feel safe. I think if you put a sun strip, they might feel claustrophobic, so I would not put them in. Suspension. Unless you're dating an older lady, I'd probably lower it to the ground competition suspension. Now, the older lady, you definitely want to keep stock suspension. So we're talking about a 60 or 70-year-old lady. If you're dating a lady of that age, keep it stock. Don't lower it because she will not forgive you for it ever. Because you have to bend to get in, and those knees punishing. Wheels. Now, this is quite an important one, so we're going to have to go for something pretty special, I think. Something not too chubby. I want it romantic and kind of dainty, because it's quite it's quite I suppose a male kind of orientated car, but you want to show that you have got a feminine side. So this concave is nice. It shows the internals of the brake caliper really good, that does. And that one maybe a bit too chubby. So what else have we got? Concave racer. I mean, as long as you don't tell them it's a racer wheel, I think that could work, because you do not want to be racing. The Mega Mesh, I think, is a bit too complex. So we're going to go concave racer. I think it's got a beauty to it that and femininity that they will approve of, hopefully. Colour of the tyre. Now, this is interesting. Standard would be black, but we could show a bit more personality, I think, because we've gone for a grey colour. I think red is quite acceptable. It kind of colours in similar to the caliper. So maybe we want to go for something. No, not green. I think it's got to be red or black. Unless I'm going to find something. No, there's no other shade of red that really works. Blaze red, garnet red, maybe a darker red. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go for red. I know it's the same as a caliper, but no choice. Tyre design. Now, atomic, that indicates kind of racing. Chapelle, on the other hand, indicates a bit of elegance. You know, it sounds a bit French. They're going to think you're quite sophisticated. Tyre smoke. I'd go for red tyre smoke, but I probably wouldn't actually produce any tyre smoke during the journey to the date. Now, limo windows. Now, this is a choice that you're going to have to make that could be quite complicated. Now, no smoke is going to leave you quite prone and exposed. When you're picking them up, it'll allow them to see you a lot easier. But do you want that, or do you want some privacy? You know what I'm saying? You might want some privacy in this car, just for a bit of a kiss and a cuddle. Obviously nothing more, because you're a gentleman or gentle lady. So I'd stick with the limo, or at worst I'd probably go maybe dark smoke. because you want to feel that it's your own little world in there. And that is it, complete, believe it or not. Um, so how does it drive? That's 10 minutes. You go out on your date, it's still daylight, so you want to drive nicely. It's four-wheel drive. This has got excellent driving capabilities, but you don't want to be driving at this kind of speed. So let's have a look what speed we're doing here. You want to drive to the traffic laws as well, of course, 60 knots there. It looks nice inside, a very nice build. I think your lady or gentleman friend will be very happy with that. And they would definitely get in it. I would definitely get in that car if that rocks up. If my lady friend rocked up with this car and said get in, I'd be yeah, definitely. For sure, even if it was like a first date. It's nice, it makes you feel calm and relaxed. Don't drive like that, don't drive on the opposite side of the road. This is the United States, so we drive on the right hand side. But if you're in a bit of spot of bother, you might want to escape and drive fast. This is an absolute emergency. But if you're going to drive fast in any car, this is probably the car to drive fast in because it is highly controlled. And they're going to feel as safe as they're going to feel in a car. It's a great SUV. I mean, as a car, now this is just as a car, we're not going to drive at these speeds on our date, for sure. But we're not going to do that. What the freak am I doing there? But it's very controlled. The suspension is tight, so it allows you to corner really nicely. There's not a great deal of understeer, so you can corner nicely in it. It gets you out of a spot of bother. It doesn't have the Amani tech. That's the one thing that lets it down along with other vehicles in this DLC. There are other baller cars as well. You might not want to buy it because there are other baller cars. So yeah, you might want to get those instead. You've got the armoured one as well, which is it's got armour unlike this. So yeah, there are other alternates. If you already have a baller, then obviously don't buy another one. I don't think this really offers enough to justify an additional purchase. Maybe at that discount price of 600, because that's not a bad price in fairness. But at 900, I think it is too much, despite being the cheapest of this DLC range of cars. But it drives nicely, and it does off-road a little bit as well. It does not go through water. The ground clearance, even if you keep it stock height, is not high enough to allow you to off-road nicely. So yeah, I think if you didn't win it at Christmas, you really need to like the look of it. You really need to not already have other baller cars, such as the extended one and the one that looks exactly the same as this, because I don't think there's enough in the customization or performance to justify it. Yeah, so if you found this useful, oh, Franklin, what the freak? He wants me to meet Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre is so clingy. He keeps following up via Franklin. Now, that is a kind of date, Dr. Dre, where you want a black car and you want to kind of spook him a little bit, just to keep him at distance, because you want to play a bit hard to get, because he's really quite a bit clingy from the looks of it. But yeah, this is a nice car. It might be worth it at 600 grand, but I wouldn't go out of my way to buy it for sure. That's my conclusion on the car. I hope you found this useful and amusing. If you have, drop a like and a subscribe. Give me your comments on what your thoughts are on the baller. Have you took it up Mount Chiliad? Check out my other video, which hopefully will be in the link, so you can see what kind of off-road performance to expect with this car. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and a great Valentine's Day as well. Hope you have every success and romantic time as much as you can with the current conditions. Hopefully you're all surviving and doing good. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.